or not, Murano us food, one so strong he would never wake up. Later that evening, Mrs. Crabtree was searching through the office archives when she heard a noise. "Is anyone there?" she called out. Before she could turn, a figure bumped into her in the dark. "Get up. This is Crabtree. Are you all right?" "Where is it?" she muttered, rubbing her head. "What?" "I had a book, a ledger. It was red. I cannot see anything. There is nothing around here. I have to speak to Chief Constable Brackenreed. Serge said Bobby Murano ate there 3 days a week. And you're already on a first-name basis?" "Serge said Murano always ate the same meal. Rib eye with lovely sauce." "Was his face swollen when he spoke with him?" "No." "Was he perspiring? Red in the face?" "Neither. The staff mentioned seeing a man in the kitchen that afternoon. When they asked who he was, he said he was a health inspector." "Do we have a description of this man?" "No. I will talk to Serge. Do say hello to him for me. As soon as I identify the sleeping powder, I will let you know. Conditions are still less than ideal." "Of course. Excuse me. City Mart?" "Yes. I will tell him. Chief Constable Brackenreed would like you to meet him at Ryan's pub." Murdoch arrived at the pub to find a cheerful gathering. "Detective, you are enjoying this, are you not? You are back on the job. As someone we know likes to say, let the dog see the rabbit. Are you sure you are all right?" "I have been accident-prone my entire life." Mrs. Crabtree laughed softly, rubbing her brow. "It has left me with an extremely hard head. Should I try to contact George? He is in Windsor, meeting with someone from back home. Did you get a look at who hit you?" "No. We searched for the red ledger. No trace of it. I have a question for you." Ryan called from behind the bar. "When did my bar become a police station?" "The Athenian Bar. This is the last place that Vaughn would look for us. Cheers. You are doing a public service." "Well, perhaps somebody other than the chief constable could order a drink. Might be a public service, but it is not a charity. I will take a gimlet." "That is the wrong pub for that." Ryan laughed. "Oh, it must be a bit of a shock, you being within the walls of a place like this." "I have been inside worse." "Oh, I sense that there might be a bit of story there. Mr. Ryan, if you would, please. I think I am being hospitable, considering you threw my wife in jail." "Well, your wife did commit a crime." "Well, there is that. Please, Miss Hart, Mr. Ryan." "What have you, Miss Hart?" Mr. Murano fell asleep permanently from ingesting a massive amount of ricin. The sauce was heavily spiced, so he would not have noticed the taste. So Murano is a dead end. Literally, it had nothing to do with the bump on Mrs. Crabtree's head. It is possible that whoever put Murano to sleep was also responsible for bump. That seems likely. So Vaughn got someone else to do his dirty work. Typical. A real man carries his own bags. Is that not right? Higgins. Still, we know we have members of the Board of Control we can lean on to gently persuade Vaughn to leave, Murdoch reasoned. But without Vaughn's naughty papers, we have nothing. Well, it seems there is only one conclusion here. Brackenreed smiled mischievously. What is that? In order to solve a crime, we are going to need to break a few tiny rules. The team snuck into the temporarily closed station house 4. Bingo! All right, and you go. You stay right here. Do what? Stand guard. Stay guard. What a mess. Miss it? Well, sir, I must confess, I certainly do. Well, if things go well, you will be back here soon enough. No time for reminiscing. Gentlemen, as the detective said, we are borrowing some equipment. So let us get the surveillance cameras and get out. It appears Vaughn's men have left most of my things behind. Murdoch said happily, Sir, if you could gather up these surveillance cameras, there should be about half a dozen. Yes, this is the parabolic microphone I was working on. And what do you propose we do with all this stuff? We will use it. Sir, you cannot very well catch a rat without setting a gentle trap. The next day, Vaughn confronted Brackenreed. You cannot do that. I most certainly can. As well as holding the position of mayor, I am also active chief constable. As such, I am responsible for the allocation of police resources. So you are pulling patrols from our neighborhoods. I prefer protecting friends and enemies, Vaughn sneered. So now I have become your enemy. You've been assisting a gang of rogue police officers. That makes you an enemy in my book. But you have the ability to reverse my decision, if you cease and desist. Oh, and give my best to Mrs. Crabtree. 2. I heard she suffered a terrible accident last night. You women, you should be more careful after dark. Well, I do not want to say I told you so. Then do not. Meanwhile, the surveillance operation was well underway. Should I let Mr. Buchanan know? A constable asked. He is in Boston, on his studies. I will handle it. What, you think so? Funny man. Mr. Buchanan proposes to you and heads off for Boston for a year. Will anyone buy at least one drink? Officer Berger has identified potential locations where we can mount equipment. Murdoch explained to the team. Sophia's is a house of ill repute I hope none of you are familiar with. Point this directly at the door. Building 17 on Wharf Street houses an illegal distillery. The aptly named Councilor McGargle is known to frequent there. These are photographs of the people we are most interested in, furnished directly from the walls of City Hall. This camera is set to take photographs every 30 seconds. Now this microphone is set to pick up conversations and record them at a distance of 50 feet. What can I do to help bring that rascal down? Miss Hart asked eagerly. Throw a party for the members of the Board of Control at your nightclub. Outside, Higgins and Watts were up a ladder. What are you two up to? A passing constable asked. We are repairing some of the electrical wires. Higgins lied smoothly. Power company raised the rates. No one can afford it now. Just doing what we are told, sir. Perfect. I think that is pointed directly at Sophia's. So what do we do now? Have a lovely cup of tea, I suppose. The camera is doing the dirty work. Well, that should work. I am sure it is not how George intended his writing to be used. Well, Dumont definitely runs an illegal still, does he not? You are aware that by doing this we are putting people's reputations at risk? What's pondered? Yes, the very same people are doing their best to ruin ours. Besides, they are politicians. Still, we enforce laws on people who cause no one harm. We do it every day. Watts, if you do not want to be involved in this, do not be. Go back to talking to your lovely flowers. I was pointing out the irony. Do not let me down. Inside the nightclub, the madam spotted the new device. What are you doing out here? And what is that thing? It is a fire detection alarm system, ma'am. The officer replied innocently. A what? Like I say, it makes an alarm sound if it senses smoke in a building. Well, sad to say, there's plenty of that in here. All sorts of comings and goings I do not approve of. Well, suppose we see if it is working. Most of my other devices simply take photographs that are developed and viewed later. This television transmits images instantly. All right here. Fascinating. Once my other devices have done their work, we will develop and view those images. If there is anything, we will show it to the Board of Control. The hope is that they will gently ask Chadwick Vaughn to leave. So is this the future of policing? Let the machines do the work. It is a way of viewing wrongdoing without putting anyone at risk. Well, I could certainly use one of your machines at the Starbright. Are you sure? It feels rather wrong. I know, but we need to get Station House number 4 operational again, and I am sure you would. Like your job back. This is the way to do it. Later, Noel Vaughn arrived with exciting news. William. Oh, darling, I can see why you need your job back. I know who accidentally bumped into you. Mrs. Crabtree. It was my husband's assistant. Randall. He returned home last night with his naughty papers. Did he now? Where's this Randall? Lunching at the bar in Barrister. I see. You are not going anywhere. Murdoch told Mrs. Crabtree firmly. You took a nasty bump to the head. I